Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're at. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Focus, brought to you by The Original Hooters and Monkey Knife Fight. Guys, we have everyone in today. We've got Bucks, we've got Tate, we've got Levy. Guys, how are you doing? It's been so long.
The band is back together, boys and girls. The band is back together. Good to see you.
It's great to be here, but it's a terrible time.
It is a terrible time. It is absolutely a terrible time. It's crazy.
Sam, I'm going nuts.
I was just waiting for Tate to sing Reunited and It Feels So Good.
I mean, we always expect Tate to sing something, but we just never know what it is.
Poorly, might I add you.
It could be a Shrek theme song or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, but today's episode is not about singing. It's about dancing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we will be doing a squad up with the world's and TV movie all best dancers. So we will each be drafting top 5 dancers.
It's called You Got Served.
It's called You Got Served, this take. And Bucks is, I think, more excited than any of us for this. He's been thinking about this since the dawn of time.
I've really been thinking about it. You know what? You live, you breathe dancing. And when you're somebody that just believes in themselves on the dance floor, you believe in others as well. So I want to draft a team of compatriots that are just totally unified and trying to fight the good fight on the dance floor.
Sure. I just can't wait to see Mr. Larson end up in your lineup.
Has he made multiple appearances in Buck's lineup?
I don't know. Who has made multiple appearances? I think that
Spike has from Little
Spike
John.
has. Yeah, Spike has made multiple appearances in your lineups, hasn't he?
Bucky made one of Bucks's, and I drafted him in another. So
I'm not going to lie. I'm nervous about this squad up. You guys have just been crushing me every time we do this, and I feel way out of my league here.
See, Levy, I feel like you're a pretty good dancer, so you should have a pretty decent grasp on the dance environment.
I just hope I get first pick because I got my eye on one person.
You're going to have the finger on the pulse of the dance community. Like competitive dance community, by the way. I mean, unfortunately, since we're not drafting real people, I don't think. Are real folks allowed in this draft?
Yes, anything is available.
Well, then
anything that can dance.
Then my baby sister is absolutely going to be in this draft because Gabrielle Tate absolutely crushes all of us in dancing, and she should be doing it professionally.
Seen it. You've seen it, but we've never seen it. So
I think it has to be something that the whole crew has seen. So
listen,
I haven't seen.
No
I
offense
haven't
to
seen
Gabrielle.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Bucks dance, so it kind of messes with Levy's plans to draft him.
Yeah, but so have Levy and Tate have seen me. So
yeah, but I haven't seen it. This has to be this has to be equal.
Listen, I'm going to pick myself because I am myself.
The real problem is that Levy has maybe
Bucks.
2 names written down for this entire thing, and if he can't draft Bucks, he's screwed.
I didn't write Bucks down. I got plenty. Don't worry.
He's gonna have to auto draft. Levy's gonna be the first to auto draft in one of these squad up episodes.
Love it. Guys, if you have any fantasy questions, please go ahead and interrupt us because there will be a lot of nonsense today, but we would love to give you some football knowledge should you need it for any drafts that you are in. So please drop those in the comments and we will get to them as we can. Dried Ocean joining us today, Will Jenkins in the comments joining us today, and Tyler's in here as well. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. We got the whole band together virtually and on camera.
Let's go.
We got some news though. We got a little bit of news.
Do you want to talk a little bit about Deebo?
Oh, I don't want to. I guess we kind of have to. So Deebo Samuel suffered a broken foot, and it looks like it could be a Jones fracture. In fact, Levy, you really should have gotten on the horn immediately with the fantasy foot doc. I mean, have you talked to the fantasy foot doc yet about Deebo Samuel?
You know what? Live on air here, I'm going to shoot him a text and ask him about, you called it a Jones fracture?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will get you a timetable here, a realistic timetable, not an NFL timetable, live on air. So I'll get back to you on recovery time for Deebo. But I'm nervous about this for fantasy purposes.
Well, I mean, from what I've seen, proposed timetables say somewhere around 10 weeks. So if we're talking 10 weeks, that could leak into the regular season, of course, given fingers pray together that we actually have an NFL season that starts on time. But Deebo Samuel, if he is out, boys and girls, we're talking about Emmanuel Sanders out of town. He's in New Orleans now. So who's going to pick up the wide receiver slack production-wise if Samuel does miss any time? I mean, one name that comes to mind, Buckey, you know about him from the University of Tennessee, Jalen Hurd. who converted from running back to wide receiver, who has some similar skill sets to that of Deebo Samuel.
He does.
After he gets the ball in his hand, and he's got the physical profile, I mean, to match that of any wide receiver in the National Football League with size, speed ratio. So give me some thoughts on Jalen Hurd, or if there's any other wide receivers, maybe Brandon Ayuk.
You were just waiting to do that.
Yeah.
I know, it's going to be a thing all year.
You got that done with, and that's good. Jalen Hurd is intriguing. Obviously, we didn't get to see anything out of him. I'm curious whether or not he steps in, but really, I'm looking at Kendrick Bourne here.
Okay.
I like Kendrick Bourne. I think he's going to step into that WR1 role, and he's going to actually make a little bit of a play at it. Does that make him like fantasy relevant? I think it does, yeah. If we don't have a Deebo, I think Kendrick Bourne is relevant. He'll obviously be your wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5. But I think if he's going to be slotted in there, he's in the position right now, pole position. If we're talking like racing terms, he's in there.
I mean, you got to get racing out of the head when we're talking football here. I know you got we're doing all kinds of different stuff here. We're talking
racing,
fight, we're talking racing, we're talking all kinds of stuff here.
If Bucks wants to go fast, you let him go fast.
I go fast.
That's it. You better believe it.
Yeah.
All right.
So first, you're last.
Kendrick Bourne, I don't know. He kind of reminds me, feels like more of a Marquise Goodwin type, where he's kind of going to be here and there. He's going to be spotty. I'm looking for that guy that's going to get a kind of a possession receiver that can do a little bit of stuff after the catch. It's going to get a higher weekly volume of targets. I mean, Bourne is certainly, we'll see his looks regardless of whether or not Samuel misses any time. But I would actually want to hitch my wagon to Jalen Hurd if Samuel misses any time, because Hurd, I imagine them doing something similar with like they did with Samuel last season, which getting him the ball, just running the football, end arounds, jet sweeps, stuff of that nature. I would rather them use Jalen Hurd than any of the other wide receivers on the roster.
That makes sense, but I mean, I think we can all agree there is an absolute floor with any of the wide receivers that could become the new number 1 there in San Francisco. I mean, it's not a pass-heavy team. So if you were going to be drafting any wide receivers out of San Francisco, you were going to either take the risk with the rookie or you're going to take Deebo. So I think a lot of these names are just people that people need to stash away if you're in a big dynasty league, just to have them on your roster, because you don't know which one's going to break out. But even their breakout isn't going to be that explosive.
Well, I have a Jalen Hurd little subscription going for Lil or Big Wheel, which is going to be the next great champion of a dynasty league. So I got the slow play going there, but Bourne, while he hasn't exploded on the scene, he's been productive in the red zone. We've seen that, and I look for that to continue if we don't have Deebo Samuel.
Levy, have we gotten any word from the damn Fantasy Foot Doc yet?
Yeah, I need some FFD input here.
Yeah, he has not texted back yet. He's a little bit of a slower texter, but in terms of what you guys are going with, I think I'm going to lean Hurd here as well. I mean, I like Bourne, but is there anyone deeper there that you take a look at? I know kind of like Dante Pettis has fallen out of favor there.
Oh, he's dead.
Someone's got to step up. I mean, how do we feel about
Someone
a rookie
has to
stepping up? I don't know.
No, someone has to step up, but that's what I'm saying is like the floor is so low for any receiver here anyways, because it's a run heavy team. I don't know that it's worth the risk this early, but these are just names to note, put on a Post-it note next to wherever you're drafting to take really late flyers on.
Unfortunately, Sam makes a lot of sense.
I would say
I want to argue with Sam because I like arguing with Sam. Shout out the fantasy debate with Sam and Tate. But yeah, that argument makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, I try and make some sense, but not that much.
I mean, Sam went on vacation. I went back to Florida last weekend. It's been a while since we've gotten a chance to argue on the mic together. So
Levy claims that he's in Florida, but I don't see a tan, so I don't really believe him on this location status.
I just want to see his hair.
Oh, you'll see it when I draw the names for the draft here out of my hat.
You're looking like a gallon of milk.
You know what? I'm actually kind of offended because I'm like the tannest I've been in 2 years.
Maybe it's just the lighting. You know what? Lighting it's not helping you out.
Yeah.
You'll just have to send pictures to us later to prove where you're at. And then
the lighting's a little bit better here in this room than it is in your closet over there, Sam.
Put your forearm.
Hey, I've got the good glow lights going on.
You look like that, do you? I don't think you do.
Sorry, Buck. Yeah, I mean,
my lighting's
pretty dark there, Buck. You look like you got
I'm
a tan.
always, I don't know how I have like pure German and Swedish descent, but yet I'm tanner than all hell at all times. I don't understand it. We're
I've been
blessed,
told you
is
can't
what
even
we say in this house. Bless this house is what you'll see on my front door. It says, bless this mess.
My goodness.
So-
all right, let's talk a little bit about the season in general, because I think that a lot of news is very speculative right now on whether or not we're actually going to even have a season. Off air, I said, I'm really impressed and I love the plan that Adam Silver has put together for the NBA. And I don't like that we haven't heard anything in even the close realm of what they've talked about there. I mean, they're creating a full bubble for these players, and I feel like the players are going to feel safer in that bubble for NBA. This is great. Obviously, again, this is very different because there's smaller squads than we have in the NFL, so maybe that's a big issue too. But do you guys feel like we should be talking about this a bit more? Like, what is the bubble that we can create for the NFL? Where could it happen? Do you see them even doing it? Because there's a lot of states that are closing back up again because they opened too soon.
It's a great question. As far as the NBA, and in the NBA doesn't even feel like it's 100% confident they're going to start and resume their season on July 31st, like they're aiming for. The Major League Baseball, which has been on like these back and forth negotiations between the league and the Players Association. I mean, we just saw 5 players from the Philadelphia Phillies test positive for COVID-19, and they shut down the entire facility there in Clearwater, Florida. And then we saw also in the Tampa Bay area in specific, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They had 3 players test positive for COVID-19, so they've closed their training facilities. And the NHL is in the process of trying to resume and start with a straight 24-team playoff format. So should the NFL be concerned? Absolutely. Because if they're trying to play their games in their stadiums, I don't see how every state is going where there's an NFL team resides is going to be okay with this if we see a second wave of COVID-19 hit.
We are seeing a second wave.
Right.
I mean, we're in it now.
I mean, yeah, exactly. No, I'm not saying if we see, I'm saying more so nationwide. If it hits every single state, it has already started to hit Florida really hard.
Yeah.
Tate, I mean, it's inevitable, and this is my perspective on it, and this might come off as, I don't know, brash, I guess, but just open it up in terms of these professional athletes who are in the best shape possible. I'll go on a limb here. None of these players will have health complications due to COVID-19. Now, does that impact those that are around them that they could impact on a day-to-day basis? Of course, which is where that bubble plays in, Sam. And I think that's the tough thing that you got to factor in. So like in the Premier League, everybody's kind of in this bubble, right? You're in one country, you're only traveling in limited capacity, you have limited staff. It's totally different in the NFL. So I think it's something we need to start talking about because we know as, somewhat healthy with air quotes individuals that for the most part, we will be fine. Right. But it's about who we impact, how we can impact them, and how do we contain the fact that, if I'm asymptomatic and I have the disease, how do I not spread that to another that could be impacted in a negative capacity?
Sure.
So I think that's a big challenge for the NFL, and I'm really curious to see how it plays out because I think this is a valid conversation about what are they going to do if in a month's time we get into mid-July and it's still spiking? What do you do then? Because you have to make a decision. We're talking training camp. We're talking a bunch of different factors.
Well, with the Olympics, they had to make this call months ago because all the money that goes into building the infrastructure for that couldn't continue to be spent if they weren't going to have it. Yes, they postponed it for next year. And I think that there's still even questions that that's going to happen in 2021. But for the infrastructure of the NFL, and like you said, all the coaching staff, I mean, these squads, these teams are so deep, that personnel, how can we make sure that we're protecting all of them? I mean, how many NFL coaches and assistant coaches have you heard have heart attacks during the season or something else terrible happened because they're not young whippersnappers like their players, like no offense to them, but like we want to protect these guys, but we can't do that if we're not being overly cautious. Sorry, Levy.
No, you're good. I mean, I'm definitely nervous about the NFL potentially canceling the season, but deeper, I don't think that that's going to happen. The NFL is just such a moneymaker, and they seem to be the one that will figure out a way to make it happen. I guess to put a fantasy perspective on this, at what point do we rate Zeke higher because he's already had COVID? You know what I mean? Like you look at it that way. Like, is Saquon a higher risk because he hasn't contracted the disease yet? So do you take Zeke over Saquon because he's not going to miss any time if and when the season actually starts? I know that sounds crazy, but like we really need to think about that.
No, it's a real question.
It's a real question too, because if any of these players take it, like get it, they will be quarantined and away and not allowed back on for about maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I mean, again, if they do create a bubble, yeah, it's a great point. I mean, Tyler Tennell jumping in the comments saying you can get it twice, though.
Is that proven, Tyler? I'm not sure that's proven.
I mean, give us a link to where it's been proven. But I feel like I've heard stories. I've heard stories where people have gotten it twice. So that
individuals with they can't fight the good fight in terms of just punching back at this damn thing. Yeah. I understand that maybe you're susceptible to it twice, but I like to think that these players in peak physical condition, and Zeke has never been in peak physical condition in the offseason. Let's be honest. He's usually doing condition. Yeah, he's usually doing certain things during certain times in the off season and just having a good old time at music festivals and whatnot and punching guards. But he certainly is not somebody, I think, that is threatened by it to get it a second time to where it will threaten him. But, there's too many unknowns. But at the same time, as a country, as sports fans, as fantasy analysts, pointing at me, the rest of you are all analysts. How in the world can you sit there and say we just have to postpone until we know for certain X, Y, and Z? You can't do that, right? We have to have certain things in our lives that keep us together and keep us put in a calm and maybe compassionate, maybe excited state. And that's what football is for all of us. We get so geared up, everybody. It's not just us. It's hundreds of millions of people around the world, not just in the States, that hinge on this stuff. You can't just take it away and expect us to all be normal.
No.
Right? And the players the same way. You have a window of time where you can be effective as a professional athlete. You can't just take that away from these fellas that want to be on the field.
Absolutely. But I think it also, that's just all the more argument for why they need to be thinking and planning and putting together 100-page documents of creating a bubble for these players to have that safety and be able to play this season. I think it's really important that the players play this season because of all that's happening, in the world right now. This platform needs to stay. The Black Lives Matter movement, they need this platform. If they take football away, then all the people that need to be seeing this message are not going to see it. And I see a lot of players that are also talking about not playing because of this and taking a stand and doing a boycott in that way. But I think that their voice is heard better when you use that platform to speak that message. Mm-hmm. So that's that whole other side too, where I think they need to have the season for this so that we keep the conversation going. We can't stop talking about it.
Absolutely, Sam. And did you see the Premier League on every back of the jerseys? They have Black Lives Matter for every player. Phenomenal move by them.
Yeah.
It's a conversation that needs to be had, and we need to keep it in the forefront of media. Mm-hmm. And it's what people consume. And honestly, it's an important message. And watching these players in the Premier League kneel and put their fists up, it's moving for sure.
Well, President Trump's going to have a pretty damn hard time preventing, if he's expecting that the NFL players are not going to knee during the national anthem. I think he's delusional, because I imagine that even if the NFL puts some sort of rule or regulation or something of that nature to prevent kneeling, I think that it's not going to work.
No, but didn't Roger Goodell also say that he would support whatever the players want to do? I don't think he said kneeling, but he said whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Something of that
whatever
nature.
It is. That's look, it's America. Freedom of whatever you want to do in terms of you're an American, you work, you live, you breathe, you do you. And honestly, I feel that resonates with just about everybody. Do as you feel, as long as it's in the right.
Yeah.
I mean, and it seems like these conversations are being had across the nation. I mean, we saw even it's leaked into college football. We saw the University of Virginia change their logo because of a historic tie with Thomas Jefferson and it having some sort of tie with slavery. So they changed the logo immediately once they found out about it. Same thing in the University of Florida. Once they found out there was some sort of imagery that goes along with the phrase Gator bait, they are no longer associating themselves or going to have those chants during the game, which, I mean, with the University of Florida was actually a black player that started and coined the term Gator bait back in 1995 when they beat the Florida State Seminoles. So it's something
I'd rather not get into it.
Be happening across
the
country. So I mean, it's happening right in front of our eyes, which is a good thing because the conversations need to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, pivoting back a little bit, I mean, the NBA, obviously, they've staked their claim in Orlando. And I don't know, Bucks, if you've seen or felt any of that impact of them moving all that into Florida, because I'm bad at geography, so I don't know how close you are. But
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, I don't know these things. I'm in California. Everything's 20 minutes away. So from where I'm at. But if you're thinking NFL, I mean, just brainstorm out loud with me. Is there a place that you guys think they could create a bubble around? I mean, Orlando works because you can obviously there's courts and all those things that they can have in this small facility in this place because basketball is smaller than football.
Well, that Disney World actually has its own currency.
Per team. 52 players per 53 now, right? They bumped it up one.
Mm-hmm. 53 players per team, I think. And then all the coaches. And then, I mean, I saw something with the NBA saying that they can have certain coaches be deemed exempt. So if they're a higher risk, they don't have to, they're not required to
I've got an idea.
I want to hear Buck's idea. Bucks save us. Save football.
Take them to the University of Idaho at the Kibbe Dome. And they all play in the Kibbe Dome. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and Google it. It's Kibbie Dome. The Kibbe Dome is a phenomenal facility. I think it could absolutely facilitate all these beautiful individuals that play NFL football, along with their coaches, all the support staff. Kibbe Dome 2020. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say about that is I was going to say somewhere like Iowa, Montana, somewhere in the middle of nowhere where there's a massive facility with several fields where these people can basically live all year. Is that what we're going to get at? I don't know, but we're running out of time. It's already.
Did y'all Google the Kibbe Dome and look how sick that facility is?
I will look up the Kibbe Dome.
No, I didn't Google anything. I'm just looking at Levy's hair.
Why do I even speak on this pod if y'all can't Google?
I already Googled it. It looks beautiful.
I'm Googling it right now.
Oh, wow,
Dome. It is nice.
Oh, look at that thing.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, put them all in the Kibbe Dome.
But isn't there any sort of concern that Orlando, Florida has been kind of the epicenter because of the fact that Disney World is there and they have their own currency? Like literally, that's how much of a presence Walt Disney has in the Orlando, Florida area. They have their own Wide World of Sports complex. So, I mean, that's why in a lot of senses, Orlando makes a whole ton of sense because they don't have, and also they don't have, other than the Orlando Magic, one professional team. To my knowledge, they may have if they may have a Major League Soccer team, but they're talking about having Major League Soccer. They're talking about having the NBA there. But we've seen recently that the two states that really Major League Baseball has talked about reopening in, Arizona and Florida, both of them have seen scary amount of spikes in COVID-19 positive testing.
That'll be anywhere, Tate. That'll be anywhere that you reopen. This is part of it. This is part of it.
I like that Tyler jumped in the comments and said, just build an NFL island.
I like that a lot, Tyler.
If you build it, people will sail there. Absolutely.
It'll happen anywhere, Tate. In my opinion, these NFL owners, they're worth far too much money along with the players for the most part. They're going to play, and they're going to play in their home stadiums. I think it's going to be a full go. Everybody tested, everybody going in, week out. It's similar to what they're doing in the Premier League. Obviously, the Premier League is like a much smaller scale in terms of the geographic area that you have to cover, but I think it's going to be a very similar model.
The problem is that people are going to be missing weeks because they'll
be out and they're going to get it
positive. So like, it depends how long it takes them to recover.
Don't go to Chipotle, bro.
Right? Don't do anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think? How do you think I've been surviving? I get BL Celsius and that's about it.
Like a champ. But okay, so we saw it happen with the Denver Nuggets. A player tested positive, the entire team was shut down, and then it was an immediate domino effect after that. So as soon as one player on a team tests positive right after a game, both teams, all their staff, anyone that was present is shut down. So does that mean that we're going to have constant bye weeks for different teams because that entire team cannot play, let alone a single player? The entire team won't be able to play.
I don't know.
It's a match.
That makes me, that makes me go, shit, I don't know. How would they handle that?
I mean, because if one player tests positive, then you can't be like, okay, you sit out. Because who was he standing next to in the locker room? Who is he,
they're all touching the same football.
They're all touching the same football.
Who shared nachos?
But who shared nachos? Great point. I mean, like, I feel like the bubble that the NBA has created is there's so much good in all their ideas and all the testing. It's constant testing. It's constant feedback, constant like interaction for players. So they have things to keep them entertained. They have decks of cards that are going to be available. So if they play cards, they throw that deck away so that it does not like stick around. Like it's every little detail they've thought of. And it just frustrates me. The NFL hasn't put out anything even close to beginning that conversation or building that plan.
Well, the difference is, Sam, we're not in the middle of a season, which is the opposite of the NBA, who kind of is on their heels trying to figure out
bring
what
it
they're
back.
Do.
Yeah.
So I like to think that we're what 2.5 months from opening kick. I think
that's plenty of time to build.
I think we'll be okay, and I think they're going to build a plan, and I think it's going to be. Y'all can't go to the clubs. Y'all can't, go to the bars. You just got to live your life for the next 3.5 months and hopefully 4 if you make it to the Super Bowl. And we just kill it. And hopefully that's what it is. Me personally, obviously big ham steak guy. I've been able to just like stock up on ham steaks and live my life. Basically, it's a dream. Over here in Tampa, Florida, where I've just eaten ham steaks every day. I got corn, frozen and canned, both of those varieties. So I have everything I need, ham steaks and corn. If everybody else can get on the same plane and just like ride into the sunset and play some goddamn football, I'd be really happy about that, Sam.
I mean, I definitely want to see the football happen too. I mean, there's no part of me that wants it canceled. I just want everyone to be safe and us to, we keep speculating, and I want to, obviously bring the conversation back next week and going forward on fun fantasy speculation back and forth of who's going to outperform who. But I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, how can I really get excited when I don't know what's going to happen? I mean, I just need to know. I'm a planner. I need to know.
Listen, if we don't have fantasy football this year, I'm going to be into a very deep state of depression, but I'll also have a lot more money in my bank account come August because the amount of money I spent on entry fees is insane. But yeah, it's just what a time to be alive. I'm just
what a time. What a time to be alive.
I think we need to check on Levy. We need to have weekly checkups on Levy.
Just judging by Levy's pasty white appearance and his hair right now, it's like, Levy, are you all right, bro?
I'm fine. This hair is beautiful.
Do I need to come up to Longleaf and figure some things out with you?
Should we get into some positivity and do our draft? I got my hat ready. I got the 4 names in a hat.
All right, let's do this. All right, so the rules again. Bucks, can you lead us through these rules as you are the helm of the dance squad up?
I like
you got served.
Nominated of the You Got Served draft as the champion of it. We're doing five picks here, folks. So you got 5 picks, best dancers. We're essentially just doing a You Got Served challenge right now. It's any bit of pop culture. It's movies, TV shows, music videos, dancers, singers, anything that you want. It could be somebody you know. It could be any single dancer that is really killing the game right now. So you get 5 picks. There's no coaching because you can't coach dancing. You can only dance. It's what's within you. It's what's breathing through every pore of your body on the dance floor. And that's what we're doing here. So 5 dancers. Levy, do the draft picks.
All right. I'm not going to lie. I'm nervous about this one. You guys are going to smoke me. All right. We're going to start.
Then nothing's changed.
We're going to start with the 4th pick. 4th pick is going first out of the hat here.
Oh, that's now you're just throwing in rules just to be jazzy.
Yep, and it works out perfectly because it's you, buddy.
Damn it!
That's fine. I feel like all mine are sleepers.
All right, third pick in the draft. Sam. Oh yeah, here we go.
Now I will ask: are all of our contestants or our team going to battle with us? Are we fighting at some point? Is there like outside of a dance competition?
This is straight dancing. This is dancing your feelings.
Altercations taking place between teams.
There's no physical altercations. You can't. There's no hitting and dancing.
Second pick, Levy. So that leaves Bucky first.
All right.
Okay.
Levy. I'm writing down your teams.
All right.
So Buck is on the clock.
Well, this one was really easy for me. This is an individual who took over Instagram and YouTube by storm about 5 years ago. One of the most talented young up-and-coming dancers on the internet. It's Lil Terrio. Lil Terrio, kill him. My guy, Lil Terrio, can absolutely smoke any fool on the dance floor. The kid has swagger for days. Yes. Does he have some excess poundage? Of course. Just like I do. It's Lil Terrio, and number 1 consensus overall. I think this was an absolute steal at number 1 overall. I would have taken him at -1 overall. I'm going to go Lil Terrio here because he is the one and only true champion. Ooh, kill him.
I had to Google it, but yes, seems like a solid 101.
Wow, you don't remember
You
Lil
don't know
Terrio?
Lil Terrio, dude?
I don't know who that is.
We are venturing into pop culture, dancing, and music. This is not my strong point, everybody. I want everybody to know this
was your idea.
I know I have good ideas. I am a content creator, but I am not good at this. I'm not an expert in it.
Can everybody that doesn't know who Lil Terrio is, please Google Lil Terrio because he is the absolute man. Short story here. I was the best man at one of my best friend's weddings. It was 2016 or maybe 2015, who knows. But Lil Terrio was hot in the streets at that point. And I had to do an intro dance. You know how they do to the reception, that whole thing into the dinner. So this girl that I was partnered with, the maid of honor, I was like, you know Lil Terrio? She goes, no. I was like, we're doing Lil Terrio. and I showed her the video, and we killed this Lil Terrio dance. That's why he's my number 1.
Can you show us what it looks like?
Ooh. Kill him. Ooh.
That should be a requisite. Is when you make a pick, you have to do your pick's signature move.
Well, that's going to be tough for me.
Oh, no, trust me. I got one down the hatch here.
I'm not doing that.
Hopefully my pick of my signature move does not get picked.
Do any of you actually have a signature dance move? Because I do.
Yes.
Bucks does. Levy?
I don't really know.
Sam?
I mean, it depends on how many drinks I've had. Like once Sam gets 4 drinks, then it's all the same. Like it's like a system. At least there's more inventiveness when I'm closer to sober.
Sam, what's your alter ego name?
Oh, it's just Drunk Sam. No, nobody likes Drunk Sam. I mean, actually, a lot of my friends really miss her. They're like, that's the thing I miss most about quarantine. Like, and after, like, I was dieting for like the fitness competitions that I did. I wasn't drinking, and they're like, I really miss Drunk Sam. I'm like, guys, like, I'm supposed to be better. Like, I'm like the normal version of me. Yeah, it's not the same.
I'm gonna call her Dram. Drunk Sam. There's your alter ego name, Dram.
All right, 102. I am on the clock, and I feel like you guys just gave me the win already here because she is going to dominate the dance floor. She will take everyone's eyes off the competition. They will all be on her. And her name is Ramona. She plays the lead role in the movie Hustlers and by Jennifer Lopez. And for a 50-plus-year-old woman, The dance moves on her are just incredible. And the fact that I have her as my 102 to distract all of you guys out there, I feel very happy to have Ramona as my first round draft pick.
This is a terrible pick.
So I don't understand. Why not just pick J-Lo? Because all ages of J-Lo have been an amazing dancer. You went
Yeah, I would
specific
have
on.
just taken J-Lo.
I just wrote down J-Lo. Like I think you missed the beat on
Fine,
the pick.
J-Lo, but Ramona is the best role.
I disagree. I mean, have you seen the Hips Don't Lie Shakira video where she just bounces in real quick on the remix?
That's
Yeah.
Did you see the Super Bowl show with Shakira and J-Lo?
Yeah.
I just want to draft that entire show.
Yep.
It's just based off of Hustlers, though.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't even know who you were talking about, Levy. But
Ramona as a 1.02 is something else. I like it, Levy, because you know what? You have foresight. You have a lot of vigor behind your picks, and I appreciate every bit of it.
Yeah, whatever.
A lot of
all right, Sam. Just don't swipe one of my picks, please.
All right. Well, no. I mean, J-Lo was the top of my list, but right after her, I got Shakira, and I'm taking her because them hips don't lie, people. We just talked about the Super Bowl show.
It's fair.
Shakira has been amazing all of my life growing up and made me very proud to be half Colombian, as she's a Colombian woman. She's a brilliant dancer. And to say that she's not is just lying. So shake it. Shake it, shake it.
She's one of the more like exotic, attractive women I've ever seen. And every time I see the hips moving, I'm like, what in the world is in them hips?
They don't lie. It's only the truth. Those hips speak truth.
It's true.
So wait,
now we're going with like real people that can really dance in real life.
You can
like,
go
I
with
thought we were
dancers.
doing, like,
You said
fictional
good
characters
dancers.
here. My draft board looks completely different than y'all's. So let me go ahead and fine. I'm going to take the first fictional character. You guys stick to your J-Los and Shakiras and little Terrios all damn day. But I'm going to go with Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction. This dude we're going to battle here. I want a crew that is going to rough y'all, break your shit up. And I've got Vincent Vega, who is a hitman, but also has the feet of someone like Billy White Shoes Johnson. Anyway, he could dance his ass off. So, and he actually won a dance competition. So give me Vincent Vega at 104. You guys are all fools.
Levy, do you know who Vincent Vega is?
I do know Pulp Fiction, so yes.
All right, good, yes.
This is a good thing.
Very cool, casual, collected dancer, but obviously Travolta, so he knows what he's doing.
Travolta, whoa, you guys give me a hard time for picking a specific J-Lo character.
No, I like Vega. I like Vega because
okay, but that's because J-Lo is the dancer that she is. She is one of the world's best dancers. You Google world's best dancers, and she is in that top. Like I
have her CD.
I know.
Yeah.
You guys remember?
He has a tattoo of her on her back, on his back.
On the 6, is that what it's called?
Yeah, but like you could also have Travolta and Boogie Nights.
No. I'm going specifically with Vincent Vega.
All right.
Yeah.
Specifically with Vincent.
Yeah, I like Vincent Vega because of how smooth and careless he is. I really appreciate that in the dance floor.
So again, I'm going with the battle theme here. And if you haven't watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Secret of the Ooze 2, the one that came out after number 1. That's normally what 2 does. Michelangelo, give me the party dude who go ninja, go. I'm not going with Vanilla Ice from that movie. I'm going with Michelangelo, who's got a pair of new chuckles that will mess your face up. Again, I'm kicking all y'all's physically ass right now with Vincent Vega, the Hitman, and Michelangelo, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's a party dude.
God
Tyler
damn,
likes that
Michelangelo
pick.
is a really good pick.
That is a good pick.
Vega was a good pick, but Lil Terrio just dominates both of those guys, and we know
You
that.
lost all right, we're going back. Wrap around Sam. Who you
My
pairing up
pick.
with Shakira?
I do have to just jump in and say Corey Ashburn jumping in the comments saying my only dance move now is the one Will Smith tells Paul Blart to do in the movie Hitch. That's the 2-step.
That's a great, like, multifaceted comment from Corey right there. Considering it is not Paul Blart, but it is Paul
It's
Blart.
Albert Brenneman. Do not.
It is Albert Brenneman.
Albert
And
Brenneman.
she was way out of his league. Speaking from a big fella that can dance, I could never pull her. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I might go with Albert Brenneman here.
I absolutely hate that someone name dropped Albert Brenneman in this.
Oh, it's so good.
Shit,
All
yeah,
right.
he's on my draft board.
Oh yeah, no, he's good.
No,
All
the
right,
Michelangelo makes a lot of sense though.
Michelangelo's a good pick. I like that one. I'm gonna go ahead and just snag this one because it might be a sleeper on some of your boards. But I'm gonna take Maddie Ziegler. She is the girl that was in the Sia Chandelier video. If anyone's not, like, if you guys haven't seen that video, you're insane because she is one of the best dancers ever. Explosion of dance is what she is, and a tiny little person.
Do we have a cricket soundboard?
That's
No,
fine.
I like this pick because I'm intrigued, and I will Google it later, Sam.
She
I
is
feel like
such a good dancer.
this would have been there at 05, you know?
I don't care. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Once you guys see the video, you're gonna be like, "Shit, I messed up and I didn't take her."
Is
So,
Chandelier that one? Is it a techno song?
I mean, it's a Sia song, so it's got all the beats.
I don't
in
know
it,
who
but-
Sia is.
Jeez,
but
Tate,
I'm not singing it. I'm not singing it. I'm just gonna get a link and then just post it.
Yep. At least we have a cricket right
Thanks,
in.
Tyler. Jeez. No, it's
I
she's
agree,
such
Tyler.
a good dancer. Everyone go Google the Sia Chandelier video. Sia's not in the video. The video is just this girl dancing.
Well,
Just
drop
for
a link. Drop a link. Let the people know. You got to back up your spots here, Sam. I
Hey,
have no idea what this is.
We need to
can't-
up the production value here of the shows and get a soundboard because the crickets would have just been so funny there.
These are so mean.
So Maddie, what's her last name, Sam?
Maddie Ziegler.
Maddie Ziegler.
I had to look up her name too, but I just was like, oh no, that girl in the video because she's so good.
You guys are screwed because I'm just over here assembling a team of hard bodies.
Okay.
You ready for this one? You ready
Interesting.
for this one? To pair up with some J-Lo, aka Ramona, you got to get some Magic Mike. You need a little bit of Channing Tatum in your life to pair with
This
J-Lo.
whole draft is strippers.
Is there a better combination than Magic Mike and Ramona? I don't think so. Is there a better looking couple than Magic Mike and Ramona?
That's a good looking kid.
Let's go.
Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, if they procreate, then yes, that is going to be a very good looking child.
Okay,
Are we
I can't
talking
post
about procreation here, or are we talking about dancing in?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is a dance battle, man. I'm not drafting because of their potential, sexual chemistry that they'll have on the team. But I mean, Levy, if that's part of the dance routine that you want to build, going team all stripper, that's an interesting bold strategy.
Are you discounting their abilities to dance though? Because there's no questioning that.
By the way, did you draft J-Lo, the real person? Because I just called her a stripper inadvertently.
Yeah, don't call her a stripper, man.
I
She only
apologize.
did that when she
That's not
needed
true
money.
at all. J-Lo is
Okay,
my
just like
one
I
true
do
love that
things.
got away from me.
I do things when I need money too.
What do you do? I want to know.
It's on. It's not
Kind of
registered.
like the song from Tarzan. I want to know. I want to know. Can you shout it?
Magic
Wow.
Mike is quite a pick. Quite a pick there, Levy.
Thank you.
So we
All right,
got
so who are you taking?
J-Lo
with
and
the rapper?
Magic Mike, Shakira and Maddie Ziegler. Unsure of the spelling. Vincent Vega and Michelangelo. Levy or Buckey finish out round 2.
So I have a back-to-back here, right? 2 and 3.
Yep.
I'm going Doug and Steve Butabi from Night at the Roxbury. I need
double
both
pick.
Doug. I need both. What?
You can't. That's 2 people. So are
Yeah,
you
he
back?
has 2
Are
picks.
they both
I have
your
2
picks? Your
picks.
back-to-back
I
picks?
have 2 picks. I have
I
Doug.
thought you were
and I have
trying to
Steve.
make them one.
No, 2
Wow.
picks. I got Doug and Steve Butabi. Look, these fellas will strike out every time at the club, but they will strike out swinging. And they are out there bobbing those heads, dancing like a MFer. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm going Doug
Everybody
and
all won.
Steve. You can't have
Sam.
Doug without Steve, and you can't have Steve without Doug.
Oh, my head hurts.
So I'm going Doug and Steve Butabi there with my 2 and 3.
Oh man, I love that. 1, 2, 3. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? 2, 3, 4. What's up?
Oh, so
You're
good.
the Mighty Duck guy. I swear to God.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Mighty Duck guy.
Levy, what what entertainer are you picking next?
All right. This is gonna be off the wall pick here. You know, I got to stick to
Oh,
my.
well, we're just ready to shit all over it because that's what you guys did with my off the wall pick.
Okay, you guys had every one of my picks in these drafts. I enjoy it.
I'm
So,
shitting on everybody's picks.
I'm gonna go with someone who probably, I might look like her on the dance floor. It's just putting your feels into the moves and not caring what anyone else thinks. And I think she's gonna win points for comedy here. If that's part of the dance routine, people are gonna vote for her. But I'm gonna go with Elaine from Seinfeld. That's
a good pick.
If you haven't
That's
seen
a
the
great
episode
pick.
where Elaine dances in Seinfeld, that is one of my all-time favorite episodes. So I feel like in the third round, that's pretty good value for Elaine.
So good. I like that one.
I just got to. I got to admire the fact that you picked the worst dancer ever for this. It's great. But I love Elaine. I love when she dances. So, bravo, Levy.
That's it. I had my first two, first and second round picks were all stars. So I had a little wiggle room there.
A little team morale person.
Yep.
Elaine is a fantastic pick.
Elaine,
is a fantastic pick.
Who you got, Sam?
I won't say crickets again. That was rude.
How dare you? No, I'm trying to find the name of the dancer in this movie, but I'm just gonna say it and you guys are gonna help me out. But we all have you guys seen the movie Center Stage?
Yes.
No?
I think so.
I mean, it's honestly, it's a very big girl sleepover movie because it's about dancing and it's just amazing. But there's a dance that they do in there to Michael Jackson's The Way You Make Me Feel. And they just kill it. So I'm taking the main person in that and I'm going to Google her while you guys go back up because I forgot her name because it's early. But
all right,
that's my pick.
I respect it.
Well, please get back to me
ballet,
with the name.
It's ballet, it's jazz, it's dance, it's all the things.
Okay.
I appreciate more like funk fusion dancing than ballet, but that's just me.
Oh, it fuses. Like there is good. It's good dancing in that.
I'll tell you what's good dancing.
Well, speaking of good dancing, I got two picks coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and first I got to get someone for team morale, and he's going to get along with Michelangelo very well because he's a party dude as well. Steve Stifler from American Wedding. Not only did he best Bear in a gay club in Chicago in a dance-off, but he also taught Jim how to polka. So Jim Levenstein is a hell of a dancer to this day because of the tutelage under the watchful eye of Steven Stifler.
It's a great pick.
Thank you.
I'm a big Stifler fan, so I will not bash you for this pick.
Yeah, he could just be known as Stifler, period. Man, I'm getting everybody I want. You guys' team suck. Actually, Stephen Doug Butabi was the only one that snaked me so far.
It should have, yes.
Oh yeah, Amanda Schul. Thanks, Corey. Her character's name in the movie is Jody. She's good.
There
so
it is.
Good.
Jody from what
alone.
movie? The one
Jody from Center Stage.
Center Stage? Okay.
She's the blonde one.
It's okay. I'm writing all the picks down. All right. So documentation purposes, first pick of the fourth round. Look, I need a survivor. I need someone that can get served and bounce back. And that's Stan Marsh from South Park. He got hospitalized one time in most recent getting served incident. And yet he was okay and still gave Butters, Stan, his son, all the power to push through and serve back that respective crew. So I need somebody that if he can get served, he can bounce back. A perseverer. Stan Marsh is my guy.
Here's the thing with Stan Marsh. He's a cartoon.
Yeah.
He's 2D. I like my dancing in 3D. So that's an automatic notch down.
Tate, you had a great team until that pick, man.
Yeah, Stan Marsh is a bad pick, although he did dance well. Trust me.
Reach. Tate, you reach. I'll teach here on the back.
Oh
I got to agree with Tyler, though. He also is known for getting in fights at Little League games. I didn't hear no bell. He also took on the Bat Dad in single combat.
Wait, did you You took Stan Marsh or Randy Marsh?
I said, oh no, Randy Marsh. What?
Holy crap! That's where you went astray. I was like, "What?"
No, I meant Randy Marsh. I'm going with the dad. My bad. Randy Marsh. 100%.
I don't think Randy Marsh is that great of a
That's
dancer.
what I meant. Randy Marsh. He got served and survived to tell the tale.
Of course he did.
Damn, Stan is the son. My bad.
Whoa!
Almost a misdraft.
Controversy here. Is it Stan or is it Randy?
It's Randy. It's Randy, guys. Please.
See, I think Stan is the better dancer, so that was a poor pick on your behalf.
I'll take Tim Brady in the first.
Yes.
101, Tim Brady,
101,
please.
Tim Brady, suck it.
I'll take Bob Roethlisberger.
So good.
All right, Sam, you are on the clock in the 4th round.
All right, I got this one locked in. I'm taking Monica Geller from Friends because she is a phenomenal dancer. If you've seen the New Year's episode, you saw their coordinated dance with her and Ross. But I'm taking Monica because she can also sling it when she is, back to original high school Monica, as her nickname goes on that show, was Big Fat Goalie in high school. So when she pulls the moves in the fat suit, hilarious. So she's definitely still an amazing dancer, no matter how she looks, no matter what age. Monica Geller is a fantastic dancer.
Remember when she's got the turkey on her head?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny? I never watched Friends my entire life until I got married, and now I watch it every single night before bed because that's what my wife likes to watch. So it's
because she's amazing.
I've seen all these episodes now. It's fun.
What's your favorite episode?
My favorite episode is the pivot episode.
That's
Okay.
a good one.
It's a good one.
My favorite is the trivia game episode.
Yep, the one with the kits.
Yeah.
That's the name of it.
See, I don't know all
So
these.
good.
I like the Dollhouse episode.
That's a good one. Because Phoebe makes bubbles, and then Chandler walks in and says, "My father's house does that."
Yeah, I love that episode. It's a good episode.
All right.
I like Monica. I think it's a good pick.
I love the Monica pick.
Yeah.
So the fantasy,
It's a plus because I know who she actually is.
Oh my god.
the fantasy foot doc is typing. So before we wrap up here, I will have an answer for you guys.
Thank goodness. Keep him waiting on bated breath.
Well, he needed to know more, surgery or no. So I told him to give us both answers.
Levy, it's up to you though. Here in the 4th round, third
Yes,
pick.
I am. Sam, you served this up for me, pun intended, because I was going to go with maybe a little Black Swan, Natalie Portman, maybe a little Patrick Swayze, maybe a little Footloose. I don't know. I was going to do all of these things, but then you just said Michael Jackson. How can I not pick Michael Jackson here in the 4th round? Are you kidding me? The value of Michael Jackson in the 4th round is incredible. That's it. That's all I gotta say. I got a moonwalking machine on my hands here in the 4th round.
He got canceled though.
He did get canceled.
Doesn't matter.
Kind of matters.
Yeah, but
I mean, MJ definitely a great dancer.
Amazing
but-
dancer. That's the moonwalk.
We're talking
All right.
just about dancing here. That's it.
We're just talking dancing.
Dancing
All
in a
right.
bubble.
If we're talking pure dancing in a bubble, then yeah, MJ's a great pick, but he pales in comparison to my 4th round pick. My 4th round pick is Dancin' Rick from Starsky and Hutch. Probably the greatest dancer I've ever seen. He does the pull a rope routine. He does the rope a boat routine. He is probably the greatest dancer I've ever seen, Dancin' Rick, and he's got a great afro. He's just the absolute man. Like dancing, y'all know Dancin' Rick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Dancin' Rick.
Man, I just I screwed up here. I forgot we're doing 5 rounds and I started giving away all my other picks, so I shouldn't have done that.
Did you have Dancin' Rick on there?
I did not have Dancing Rick on my list.
So good. Yeah,
Sam,
but then he
you know-
said a bunch of others.
You know Dancin' Rick, Sam?
I do not know Dancing Rick.
Just Google Dancin' Rick.
There's a lot of Googling that apparently needs to happen after this episode.
Well, Dancin' Rick is gonna kill y'all. I mean, that's the honest truth. My 5th and final pick. It's actually my neighbor Jeff. Jeff, he's a
We
burly
haven't seen
fella.
Jeff dance. Do you have a
So wait a
video of
second,
Jeff dancing that we can see?
Okay, so it has to be somebody you can see. Okay.
It has to be someone we've all seen.
Fine, I can't go with Jeff, but Jeff, you're a burly fella and you have hips that don't lie, and I know that. I'm going to go with myself. I'm going to draft myself. Number one, I have two staple moves. The first move is I do the rocking horse, which I just absolutely crush as I cruise to the middle of the dance floor. Levy's seen it.
Oh,
you
it's
just
good.
rock the horse back and forth. You rock the horse back and forth. A lot of leg movement. And then the move that separates me from all other dancers here, Sam, is I do the death roll. So the death roll,
the alligator death roll.
It's close. It's close. It is a sibling to the alligator death roll, but it is not exactly that. I do enjoy pulling the rocking chair move into the middle of the dance floor and going real hard. Like I'm talking about real. I am moving at this point. Then I fake a heart attack. And then I collapse to the floor. And you sit on the floor for a good 3 to 4 seconds while everyone in the crowd is like, what is going on with this fella? Right? And then, Sam, I start rolling over all the way to the edge of the dance floor, just rolling myself over. And it's called the death roll because I fake my death and I roll my way over to the bar, which is my always go-to move. And it has worked 10 out of 10 times. It's been probably the greatest dance move that's ever been pulled, to be quite honest with you. And the fact that I got myself at number 501 is an absolute travesty because Levy and Tate have seen this in the flesh.
I haven't seen you dance.
Well, you know what, Sam? We need to make that happen then because I would love to pull the death roll. And the death roll, I actually pulled the death roll. I had joined a company in 2010. I was young then. And we had a holiday party like 2.5 months after I started. I had a little bit too much to drink. I pulled the death roll in front of our CEO, like everybody, and it was an absolute hit, which is why I picked myself at 501. I got Buckey, I got Dancing Rick. That's pretty much all I need. Not to mention Doug and Steve Butabi, who are also on the docket, and Lil Terrio. Like Lil Terrio is just going to come over all the dead bodies and start ooh on all you fools as all the dead bodies clear off the dance floor. That's how I'm doing it.
Well, hopefully, we'll all be reunited at the Tate wedding in 2021, and we can see the death roll live in the flesh. That would make me smile.
I love the death roll.
You'll all see it in the flesh. We'll clear the floor for you, Buck.
Yeah.
No. I clear the floor for myself.
Is there a song in particular that's the death roll song?
There is no song that really triggers that movement. It's more just built right in my heart. It's whatever I feel like at that point, at that juncture. The rocking horse has to have a beat though. So maybe that's what I go.
Here, the time of my life.
I can't do it for that. It's too slow. I need a little bit more fast pace, and then you die on the dance floor, and then you come back to life.
All right. So before I make my final pick here, I just want to provide an update from the Fantasy Foot Doc. A true Jones fracture treated without surgery takes a notorious long time to heal, at least 3 months. Treated surgically, normal bone healing time is 8 weeks. A professional athlete would likely be treated surgically. So we're looking at 8 weeks just for the bone to heal with surgery.
Okay.
So, you got to
might be okay. It might be like October.
After it's healed, you still need to rehab a little bit. It's not like you just play in an NFL game in week 9.
Sure. And there's a lot of players that have famously broken their foot and then re-broken it as soon as they push off. So you have to build that back up after.
Yeah, just not great for Deebo because I was pretty high on him this year. But anyway, so it was mentioned earlier. I believe it was Tyler that mentioned it in the chat, but I'm going to go with Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing, also known as Johnny Castle. I mean, Patrick Swayze is just an all-star. And to get him in the 5th round and the last round, I'll take that all day. What's up, Knox?
He was just like doing figure eights around my legs. I had to grab him. Now he's going to go hide in his snowman.
Knox made an appearance?
Yeah, he made an appearance. You missed it.
Johnny Castle, though. Love the Johnny Castle pick.
Let's go.
All right, so it's my pick now, right?
Yep.
Last pick.
We're gonna go with the character that Jennifer Beals played in Flashdance, Alex Owens. Flashdance, people.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. I like this one.
I just like
Do I need to do anything else? Do I need to do anything else?
This is a PG-13 pod.
Okay, well, mic drop on that pick then.
That was a great pick.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a bunch of different directions I can go to round this one out. Going Vincent Vega, yeah, Tyler jumping in, Swayze,
Leo DiCaprio, I like that one.
In Wolf of Wall Street, yeah, love that pick.
I mean,
I'm not going Leo. Carlton from Fresh Prince is a tough one to pass on. Same thing with the younger version with braces on his legs of Forrest Gump.
Oh, good
like
one.
He literally taught the man they call the king how to dance in Elvis Presley.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to go with my heart here. I got to follow my heart. And I got to go from the Chippendale scene in Saturday Night Live. It's Chris Farley. It's the man that competed side by side with Patrick Swayze, the best comic of all time, Chris Farley.
You just won the whole draft.
Not afraid to take his shirt off, not afraid to get down and dirty. He rounds out my team. That is a home run of a pick in the last round, last pick of the draft.
Tate, you won it. I think you just won the entire draft.
I think Tate won it.
Yeah, you got Michelangelo.
Chris Farley.
Good God, that Chris Farley pick was good.
Man, I can't believe he lasted the fifth round.
My team is going to party freaking hard after we serve your asses.
When you think about the hubris it took for me to take myself over Chris Farley, what a joke I am.
Yeah. Wow.
An absolute joke of a man.
And people in the comments agree. Tyler Janelle saying, Chris Farley, it's over.
It's over.
It's over. This competition is over. Please create a graphic accurately, might I add.
How am I going to create a graphic of all these people dancing?
No, just create a graphic.
Just the graphic so we can put it on the gram so everyone can vote. You know, to be fair, though, Tate probably has been researching this for like 2 weeks, and I put about 8 minutes of research into my picks.
Yeah,
it showed.
I'm the least music inclined person in amongst all of us by far, and yet I kicked your asses by far.
You had a very well orchestrated squad. And now, when it comes down to it, like Doug and Steve Butabi were more of like a prank play for me. I didn't really factor in the fact that you would be coming out so hot, Tate. I figured I had a little leeway with my 3, 4, and 5 picks here. But I didn't have that because you kept the pressure on and you went full court press, and I understand that. And it was a great team. I think Chris Farley killed me personally, and therefore you win.
Yeah, I think this is
the first time we've all agreed that someone actually won on a squad.
Let's recap the teams, run them down. If you want to run down your own teams, let's do it. This was an awesome episode of Squad Up because we all won. Yeah.
So I had Lil Terrio, who I still stand by. I will always be a Lil Terrio rider. I got Doug and Steve Butabi from Roxbury. I have Dancing Rick, and I have myself.
It's a respectable squad, but I'm thinking you finished probably in third place here, Buck.
I think I finished at least second.
Nah, I think I got second.
I mean,
I cannot be in last. I cannot be last place just because you guys haven't seen the Sia music video, which I sent in the link in the private chat.
I put it out public too.
I just want to see Buck's neighbor Jeff dance. That's what I came to.
The fact that I couldn't get Jeff on this list is really what's pissing me off, because if I had Jeff, this would be over.
Levy, run down.
All right, so I had J-Lo. I specifically said Ramona in the Hustlers movie, but if you want to give me J-Lo in general, that probably gives me a leg up for second place. And then I went with Magic Mike, a.k.a. Channing Tatum. I mean, solid pick.
Channing can dance, man.
Love it. And then I went with Elaine from Seinfeld, a little bit of a wild card
pick.
there.
Good pick.
Fourth rounder, Michael Jackson. Got a little scrutiny for that pick, whatever.
Canceled.
He's a good dancer, though.
Controversial.
And then
Sam, this Sia chandelier thing is creeping me out.
It's crazy, right?
No, I don't like this.
last pick.
Oh man, I got to be honest with you. Sam is last place. This is weird, man. Yeah, talented, yes, but this is incredibly weird.
We're weird people. It's okay.
We're weird people. I thought you guys liked me for who I was.
Oh, we do.
Sam,
We love you for
I love you for who you are. Okay, don't ever change. But that is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
I want to pick Tim Brady. Is he still on the board?
No,
Yes.
it's not on the board. All right, my team.
Tim.
Let me go down my team after Maddie Ziegler based on the notes that I just got from Bucks from the Sia chandelier video. Fantastic dancer. I took Shakira as my first pick, which I don't think anyone can really refute that pick.
No.
Then I took Jodie from Center Stage, ballet dancer, classical dancer, but also great jazz dancer and other dancer of other things as well. Monica Geller from Friends fame.
Your weak link.
Monica is not my weak link.
Yes.
Nope.
She is.
She can dance. You're just jealous that I got her. And then I'm taking Alex Owens from Flashdance. Boom.
Alex Owens.
Yeah.
See, I like the
pretty hot
Flashdance pick. I don't like any of the
Flashdance.
others.
I can't wait to put this on the gram and see what everyone thinks.
I thought about
I feel like including myself.
Figure out the name. It was just like
advantage.
first from Center Stage.
Oh my god.
So all of
Jodie
my team, it's a bit erratic. I don't know how they're all. I mean, somebody's got to be the leader of this group. I guess Randy Marsh is the father figure. Randy Marsh in the fourth round. But I let it off with Vincent Vega. I mean, God Almighty, that one scene in Pulp Fiction just proves that was the apex of his dancing career. Phenomenal. Michelangelo.
I disagree there.
Who can get down with Michelangelo? I can't believe you guys let him slip to the second round. We're going to a dance you got served battle. And what better man is equipped to not only be able to dance, but also get physical with his opponents than your boy Michelangelo. I can't believe no one picked Steven Stifler. Stifler is a dance teacher. I mean, you guys must have not kept up with American Pie after the original.
I did not, Derek.
Your loss, friend. Your loss. And then, of course, really the home run pick. He should have gone in the first round. It's probably the best value pick of any of these Squad Up episodes. It's Chris Farley from Chippendales.
Yeah, that was the best pick.
That was the best pick. Easy.
I'll give you the crown here, Tate.
Yeah, I think Tate takes it. I mean, of the squads, the ones that you want to party with, Tate's squad right there.
That's false.
Yeah.
That's completely. But you want to party with me?
I mean, you're not on his squad. I like his squad overall better than just you on your squad.
No, but I'm saying like if you want to party, come over. I got Steve and Doug. I got Lil
You have
Terrio.
a very good crew.
Lil Terrio is probably not drinking age yet, but he'll supply you with some Red Bulls or whatever you need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That'll do it. So go ahead. Who's signing us off? I don't
Sam.
want to go. This is fun.
I know this has been so much fun. Miss you guys so much. But yeah, let's go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Leave us a comment. Leave us a review if you haven't already downloaded a fantasy focused episode. There's plenty of great content that everyone's still putting out there. We do some fantasy debate episodes, some more squad ups, NASCAR, back the pack. Tottenham, talking Tottenham. We've got tons and tons of content for you guys to be eating up, and it's awesome stuff. So please go ahead and give us a follow, a subscribe, and have a wonderful Saturday. And we will, I think Bucks is trying to point to the subscribe button.
No, I was just pointing at my.
Talking Tottenham. Yeah, there you go.
Somewhere down here in the bottom left-hand corner.
We're all in different squares. Now this is getting weird. Have a wonderful Saturday, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Love y'all.